I used to say that United States of America is the land of opportunities, but it will be opportunity to you based on your ideas and plans. After exploring the United States of America, the beauty of it, I've realized that to get an accommodation is one of the major problems most Ghanaians here facing. Fortunately enough, we are here to find you a solution. Do you know that you can own a house in United States of America here? I have a very noble man. He is a Ghanaian and a real estate investor and agent. Let's welcome him and talk more. And at the end of this interview, you own your own house in United States of America here. Mr. John Kwanzaa, you are welcome.
Thank you, Brother Frank. I'm honored to be here.
Okay. Hope you are a Ghanaian.
Me a Ghanaian.
Oh, Papa.
Me a Ghanaian. Ghana no Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Pede me kapante so a mo kapante ana be katwi. Alo ba you ga fair ya me. Ni na komo de ma.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a Ghanaian.
Okay. Yes. Men so your friend me Adane Frank.
Yes.
Men so me a Ghanaian sir. But and then I've seen that there are many opportunities in the United States of America here.
Yes.
But if you allow yourself,
exactly,
you get all these opportunities.
Yes.
If you sit aloof, you not see anything.
Yes.
And the problem here is an accommodation.
Yes.
So, as you are the real estate investor, I want to ask you, why is it that you are so much interested in real estate investment in New York and its surroundings rather than your home country, Ghana?
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you for the question. But as you noted, when you came here, you noted that accommodation, housing is the most difficult thing out here. As I'm talking to you right now, I probably have about 100 people online for apartments.
Wow.
As to people that are trying to purchase, maybe I have about 10 people. So you see, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make a difference because the average Ghanaian, we've been trained to go to school, get a degree, get a nice job, a nice title, professor so and so, doctor so and so, lawyer so and so.
Yeah.
But we are not aggressive when it comes to building wealth.
Okay.
Real estate is the fastest way to build wealth. The other problem we have, there's a lot of misinformation and misconceptions in our community. Why I say that is somebody who hasn't even bought a house here will tell you that, hey, Antofio America.
Okay.
I want to meet you, about the BGF about hey your day and all things like that. This is my thing. Always seek an opinion of an expert, somebody who is in the field. Listen, I moved from a studio apartment in a back house to buy a multi-family house by myself, as a single parent with a little son at that time, by myself. You know, and my salary at that time, I wasn't even doing real estate. I was just working my regular government job as a civil servant, doing what I was trained to do: go to university, finish, and get a job with the government. That's what my mother taught us to do. But some of my younger brother, he went completely different, you know, and he made it big. Yeah. So anyway, I noticed the difficulty for accommodation. And I love our people.
Yes.
I love our people. Irrespective of where I am, I'm going to be a Ghanaian. Let me tell you, during that World Cup, time I Ghana near America, boy, time I Ghana Black Stars International.
Yes.
Right. Me buy and so my child over 33 years.
Wow.
So I have some American culture in my blood.
Yes.
But you won't want the braca.
Okay.
I went to John Tay Memorial. That's where I learned to play music.
Yeah.
And then I went to Accra High School. Then I came to university in America.
Okay.
So fast forward, I realized that housing is a very important thing. Because listen, Ghana food people will try rent. Yeah. And when you're paying rent, you're not building anything. You're just surviving. Yeah. And I don't expect everybody to go and buy a house today because in I rented a room first. First, I lived with my mother's uncle and my mother. Then, in a couple of months, within 3 months in America, 2 months in America, I was renting a room. I was on my own.
Okay.
Then, eventually, I finished school. I got a job. Then, I had a roommate. Then eventually I rented my own small studio apartment. And then from the studio apartment, I said to myself, Wallahi, me rent it.
That is it.
Me rent it. Well, I didn't know. So when you break past, to fear and attack it from a spiritual point of view. Say, I did. Now, here, crap, so
Yeah.
you don't have to tell people. God, my son used to catch me in the middle of the night on my knees praying and crying to God that I need to buy a house because the landlord disrespected us one day when my son had just come from Florida. Now, Florida weather, any New York weather, no. And I just not say I what they know. And my only child, he's my everything. So I went to the landlord and said, I want the aqua. No, me a New Yorker. Actually, I like the cold weather.
Yeah.
It's me call kind papa say, hey, so my friend call me.
Oh.
Yeah. Indian guy in me. Another Jamaican tenant, he ran downstairs because we were going to fight.
Yeah.
Then the Nigerian who was on top of me, he also came down and he told the landlord, he said, you know what, just the way you disrespected my brother, next month I'm moving out. Myself and my wife, we are nurses. We pay you on the first. John is a government worker. He pays you on the first. We are paying for this whole thing for you. And if you can't respect John, I'm out. Man, the car, and my yam shame me. I said, you know what? I'm also out next month.
Yeah.
I went and I bought a house. All I needed was a 2-bedroom apartment in that house for me and my son.
Yeah.
Everything else. And the house was all rented already. So they made 1 unit available for me to move in. So as opposed to me going to rent a place, I moved in a place that I own it.
Yes.
It took the tenants some time to accept that there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new owner.
Okay.
So it's all a mindset.
Yes.
And more Biancacha will say, you're making a mistake because guess what? You're going to make 10 times more or 20 times more when you make an investment here.
Yeah. Okay. There are about 50 states in America here.
Yes.
And I think many Ghanaians are watching us from so many states. So which specific states can you help Ghanaians to get a house?
Okay, I'm licensed in the state of New York where I do 90% of my business.
Okay.
And that's where the Ghanaians are concentrated the most, especially in the Bronx.
Okay.
The biggest population of Ghana, out of Ghana, in any county in the world, is the Bronx.
Yes.
So I'm licensed in New York State. So I do the whole New York State. Look at the size of New York State, from Brooklyn to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I do all that, but my focus is in the Bronx. The Bronx is where the money is at, and that's where the Ghanaians are at. So I do Bronx. I'm also licensed in Connecticut. Okay. So for a family, things are way much cheaper in Connecticut than in New York City.
Okay.
So the average, I have some Ghanaians who come to me, when I look at their income and the rent they are going to pay, I tell them, say, hey, Jack, I'm in Connecticut. Uber driving 45 minutes into the city every day. It doesn't change anything because when I decide to catch the train, because you can't drive into Brooklyn on a weekday from Bronx. When I catch the train, sometimes it takes me 2 hours. So if you're going to just drive 45 minutes, look at how long it took me.
Yeah,
from Bronx to get here.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing is that in Connecticut, I could get you a decent one-family house in Connecticut for $480,000, $450,000. I can get you a nice, decent one-family house in Connecticut. In some cases, $400,000. I can get you a nice, decent one-family in Connecticut. If we come to the Bronx, then we're talking $650,000. But I actually specialize in selling multi-family homes. I only sell single-family homes to people who specifically want that. Yeah. Let's say you have a teacher and a dentist, right? They make enough, they don't want to rent, and they don't want the headache of dealing with tenants. Okay. That's another whole ballgame. Yeah. I do that as a businessman because I know how to deal with people, you know. So not everybody has that tax. So sure, I'm licensed in New York and Connecticut. Okay. However, I have a close friend, partner I work with, Carlos, who is licensed in New York and New Jersey. Okay. So since we work together, I still do business a lot in New Jersey through Carlos. Okay. However, if you want to buy a house anywhere, I have agents that do business in Georgia. So basically, I can help you in almost any state.
Okay. So what it means is that no matter where you are in the United States of America here,
yes, I can
just contact us and then we'll get you a very comfortable house that you want to live. Now, I was saying for the year Kenya say said you enjoy America F, America Air Day. Now there is a particular problem. Baby, I would do Tibeto. Adia air would be a singing. Yes. And minim say, Minianum Ghana for ATM, Ghana for welcome to name by Yadrin. Ghana for the door nana a tukan for so many years. What we are renting a 2 year, but wouldn't say it be a rent no crana wood piano. And come with me there to fee.
Exactly.
And by now, for about 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, that rent, you know, Kasenka feeling Kababa ye with it. And Nuntina and ne, Mababe Shia, Ghana need this year, Mr. John Kwesi Kwansa, or no, Enna, a basse opi fiato, our America ham quadia. What dear, apart with the so America ham, just contact Mr. Kwansa, and no home commoner. Fast forward, Mr. Kwansa. How quickly do this investment appreciate in New York?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
My first property I bought at that time was $330,000.
Okay.
Today, as we are talking, that property might be about $900,000.
Wow. So from 300,000 to 900,000
within 14 years.
Then that is the greatest investment.
You see?
Yes.
So what kind of abejuma ne go to my where you can save
and get that money?
That kind of money.
Yes. And even
there's
somebody has been in America here for so many years.
Yes.
And even if you ask him maybe $1,000 or $2,000, it will be very difficult.
They don't have it in their bank account. Yes. And I'm not here to put anybody down.
It's about getting the right person
in reality. Yes. Because I'll tell you something. A lot of young Ghanaians I help, not even young, because here in America, when we say young, really, when we say young, it doesn't mean you're really young, because people still look good even when they're getting older. Yes. So when the people I'm referring to as young people are people in their late 30s and early 40s. Those are the most Ghanaians that I help. Okay. Do you know that, and most of them are nurses?
Wow.
And do you know that, not to drift off, I got one of them a house. He actually came to me to rent. Okay. But when I looked at his paperwork, be it his income and his tax returns and his bank statement, I called him back and told him that, hey, my brother, you're bigger than renting, my friend. And he said to me, no bank is giving me that kind of money for me to go and buy a house.
So he's not confident of himself.
Actually, he tried, but he went to the wrong bank.
Wow.
So guess what? Within 3 hours, I got him a bank that gave him $800,000 as opposed to the other bank that was going to give him $500,000.
Wow.
So we bought a unit. We bought a house that has 3 units, 2-bedroom apartment over 2-bedroom apartment over 2-bedroom apartment with 2 car parking spaces. Nanche, or renting for $3,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Oh. Then when they say, the mortgage.
Okay.
What you rent a bien will show her now.
Okay.
Anu kuti tuya mortgage.
Tuya mortgage ni na.
Enta anu oti free.
Ghanaians, this is it. What Mr. Kwanzaa is saying is that se oba na oto oboase na ubehunu no.
Yes.
Na ope the rightful bank amount na wankasa oto odan ewo America ha. Mortgage dia boso mi bia ebeje wo no. Edan na awato no ubetimi di bi ama han. Na the awogije no monthly no na wasanso di tuya wo mortgage no, so it will be like at the end of the month
rent free.
Rent free.
You don't pay rent.
And for some years the house becomes yours.
And the beautiful thing is when you live rent free, this is how I advise my clients.
Yeah.
Wankasano anka o rent wo unit na anka o betua rent ebia 2005 busumbia. Inti busumbia wankasa tua rent ma wo ho. That
is another investment.
Yes. Tua rent ma wo ho sa sika na ma wo sanka.
Yes.
Because me and Mitty has to say, I would be both for my maybe I will be $100 or $200 for me change.
Yeah.
Well.
Yes.
Sikapa, your friend is Sikano, you press Sika.
Yes.
But what we do is we invest.
Yes.
And we walk around like bombs.
Yes. You see, it's like when you sue a boy back at your kum and no matter. Because now, instead of saying you sue scalper rent, you know, for owning your own house.
Yes.
And after owning the house, you give the house out, and then the people who come in will pay your mortgage for you.
Yes.
So you take it that you are also renting. So the money that you could have used to rent, you use it as and not you use it as savings.
Yes.
So for some time that the house becomes yours, you would have accumulated a whole lot of money for different investment. That's a very good plan.
And you know something, it's not that difficult.
Okay.
It's not that difficult, trust me.
Now, many Ghanaians watching are much interested owning a house.
Yes.
So maybe you may think, as for the work that I'm doing, it's very small, it's not attractive. So what work or what is the person's income that may earn him
enough to want to okay, you see, I'll say 80% of my clients are Ghanaian nurses.
Okay.
Because what we say, they make a good income.
Yes.
And everything is on paper, black and white.
Yes.
You see. So for them, with the income they make, it's easy for them to qualify. So now I'll break it down easily.
Okay.
The average nurse makes in New York City, I don't know about Jersey and other places, but in New York City, the average nurse is pulling in about $120,000 a year.
Okay.
With their overtime and all that. If you're making $120,000, we get 110 crown poor. I would try rent over 2,000. Who didn't wash them?
Oh.
Who didn't say who?
You see, I one of my sisters, and I learned after this interview, I will contact the mom, and then he says,
have a stock.
At the end of the month, they are paying about more than 4,000.
Makes no sense. You're flashing $4,000 down the drain every month.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to change. Because you see, if more Ghanaians were owning properties and helping, I hope a lot of Ghanaians do rent. Those who don't have money, when I can help you rent, I'll help you rent. I have nice Ghanaians that I have them online for rentals.
Okay.
You see, and I understand their situation. They're not ready to buy because they did some investments back home here and there. So, like the person paying that $4,000 a month in rent, it makes no sense. They could have owned a place and have that same comfort and pay $2,000.
Wow.
And own the place.
You
see, when you don't buy and you live in a place for 20 years and you're paying, let's say, $2,000 a month, every year you're paying $24,000. 24 times 10 is 240,000 times 20 is 480,000, almost $500,000. That for just 20 years. Now when we're America is funny. Obeba now we did 20 years for her.
Yeah.
Now we are
yes.
And you grab opa and tofie and tie me. But me person me catch up baby. Time flies very fast. Remember, I thought, say, oh, by the time I remember me, hey,
not time is
over 10 years is gone 15 years is gone. Wait a minute. I have to buy a house. I have to own something. Since I'm 33 years, I'm in America.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
For what you are saying, we have a sister friend which she has bought 2 houses.
Beautiful.
And the 2 houses,
beautiful.
She has used one for rentals,
pure rental, right?
And then the other one for herself.
Those are the type of people that I want the most.
Yes.
Because now you see what she's also going to benefit.
Yeah.
That second property that she's using for rental is considered an investment property. Yes. That's what I am too.
Yeah.
As an investor, you get a lot of tax break.
Yes.
You see, I'm a licensed real estate agent. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I sell all kinds of insurances.
Okay.
Not just life or health. I do property and casualty, auto, everything, name it.
Okay.
And I'm also a tax preparer.
Yeah, and you were saying you are a food...
Yes, a state food inspector.
Okay,
yes,
that one.
That's another whole different
yes.
story. But for the 3, you see, your friend who bought that house, she's enjoying tax breaks.
Yes.
Because when you own an investment property, you're able to... I was paying a lot in taxes, so it made sense for me to have an investment property. So that friend, I would like to have a conversation with her and congratulate her, in short. Because that's the right way to go. Yes. Because you see, a lot of us Ghanaians, the dream is when we're able to own a home, we are doing something that 95% of our people are not doing. So we feel on top of the world. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. But I'm not going to go to that level yet because majority of our people are sinking down the bottom of the ship. So let me focus on them first. But like your friend, your friend who has the investment property, they are my highest level that I want to get people to. But if I can't get people to that level, I just want to get them to the level where they stop renting. Because rent now, you're throwing money away. When you come to America, especially depends on what kind of work you get and what kind of profession you get. It doesn't make sense. I see a lot of our people doing so much investments back home. And I can boldly tell you it's foolishness. Because you start from where you are. And this is the golden... Why do we... When you go to Ghana Embassy in Manhattan, how many Americans are in line there looking for a visa?
Not like that.
When you go to American Embassy in Ghana, how many Ghanaians are in line there looking for a visa?
You cannot count. Uncountable. Even after now, American's embassy is blocked. You can't even get a date in Ghana.
You see. So I'm just saying, when God blesses us and we reach here, let us try to establish ourselves here. We don't have a voice because we don't have economic strength.
Okay.
Well, Spanish fire are more only bodega, grocery stores with Bronx on mono. They have a voice.
Wow.
Because they have money.
Yes.
And they are heavily invested.
Okay.
And like I said, with the Ghanaians, the teacher said, go to school, put on a suit and tie, and wear. In America, you see, the biggest paying jobs are not what you wear suit and tie doing.
I've seen that.
A carpenter in America makes more money than a nurse. Some carpenters make more money than a professor. You see, some chefs make more money than some teachers. So basically, we have to throw away those old colonial mentalities and start thinking business, start thinking money, start thinking investments, start thinking wise usage of money. You know, because you see a lot of our people, I look at them in the Bronx all the time. You're driving a Range Rover and you're living in the most horrible neighborhood, living in a ghetto apartment with rats and roaches running all around, and you come home and you have to look for parking and all that. And you're driving a Range Rover for $90,000 or $100,000. It makes no sense to me. Who are you trying to impress?
Now, what people in your community do you help most?
Mostly, honestly, I help healthcare workers.
Okay.
Mainly nurses.
Okay.
And for some reason, I'm helping a lot of young Ghanaian women, nurses.
Okay.
Because they have their income,
Yeah.
and I do have a special respect for healthcare workers.
Okay.
Healthcare workers, in my humble opinion, are the most important people on earth.
Yes. Without your health condition, you cannot
Yes,
do anything.
because a year now for hospital, that's
Yeah.
when you see the importance.
Yes.
When my mother was a teacher here in the Bronx and a minister, you know, not a typical minister who worked as a minister for pay, a volunteering minister, but she was a school teacher in a Christian school. And the thing that, you know, I drifted for a second.
Yeah.
The thing that why I brought her in is that when she was sick, it made me respect home attendants and nurses' aides.
Yeah.
Home attendants, especially Obi Ambuwan. And if you're a home attendant listening to my program, I just want to humbly say I thank you and I respect you and I appreciate what you're doing for humanity. They are the least paid. The work healthcare workers do, nurses, sometimes one nurse is assigned to about 12 patients for the night.
Wow.
They stand on their feet.
Yes.
And they work sometimes 16 hours.
Wow.
I'm going to double.
Wow.
And now, what I'm saying is that the least I can do is help them have a place of their own, go home after that hard day of work, drive into your own driveway, get down, walk into your house, and be at home. Secondly, you could work 100 hours as a nurse a week. You're not going to save as much money as when you buy a property.
Yeah.
And it's appreciating for you.
Yes.
Because this morning, tomorrow morning, when you wake up, the value of this building here, tomorrow morning when you wake up, it will go up.
Yes.
I'll bet my last dollar on it.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yes.
It's true. Now, apart from the nurses, there are many Ghanaians here who are not nurses, but they are interested for you to help them.
Oh, yes.
For the house.
Yes, this is my thing. The challenge I have with some of our people, like those who are driving Uber, Yellow Cab, and all that.
Yeah.
So far since I've been an agent, I've been only able to help one person in that field.
Okay.
Because, so I want them to listen clearly and carefully to me, because when I come online, I don't grant interviews like that. When I come online, it's strictly business. And if you're listening to me, I want you to take something out of what I'm listening, what I'm saying. You see, those who are independent people, a lot of our people are driving yellow cabs, Uber, yada, yada, yada. What they're doing is they are filing low taxes because they are afraid of Uncle Sam to come after them to make them pay a lot of taxes. I pay a lot of taxes. It burns me to my heart. Let me tell you, from March, my heart is beating.
Wow.
But you do the beautiful side of that. The more taxes you pay, the more money you can go to the government to ask them for money to do a project.
So that is the secret.
Perfect. I told you I'm a tax preparer too.
Yeah.
It's a wood tree yellow cab, and I will drive Uber. I've been with friend, I'm gonna catch him and say, oh, yeah, I'm driving Uber. I made 180,000. I catch him and say, oh boy, you didn't make 180. You're not talking to a kid. You can sell that to the ignorant people. Yeah. You made gross sales of $180,000. How much did you report to the government that you made?
Oh.
So a lot of our people are living in illusion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. And again, I'm choosing my words carefully because people are very quick to get offended out of jealousy and all that to start attacking you when you're telling them the truth.
Yeah.
You see people who say my business is making $200,000 a year.
Okay.
But then when you find out how much they file for taxes because they don't want to pay, they say they're making $10,000 or $12,000.
Wow. So they are filing low tax.
So How do you tell the government that you're making $12,000 a year or $20,000 a year, and then you turn around and come and you say, I want you to give me a loan of $800,000 to go and buy a house?
No, that one is impossible.
Work.
Yeah, it doesn't match that.
That's why a lot of our people can buy this thing. I'm not here to tell anybody what type of work they're going to do, or how much school they have to go. I don't want to sound conceited or arrogant, but what I want to say is that if you're an Uber driver and you plan on buying a house, or you're a yellow cab driver and you plan on buying a house, or a taxi driver for that matter, you better report the right amount of income you're making and pay the taxes on it, so that when you go back, because most of the homes that I help our people buy, they use FHA, first time home buyers loan. You put as low as only 3.5%. So if the house is the average decent 2-family house that I sell, most of the houses I'm selling right now are at around $850,000. So $850,000, or let's say even $800,000, if I'm lucky to find you a house for $800,000, 3.5% of it, 3% of 800,000, 240,000 plus half of that 3.5, 24,000. So 24,000 plus half of 1.5 of 800. We're all looking at about about $28,000. It's all that you need to come up with for down payments. Now you're gonna pay closing costs, which is about 4%. So that's another $32,000. So in all, we're talking $60,000. So why do some of my people go and buy a Range Rover for $90,000 and live in deplorable conditions and don't even make any equity and don't build any wealth? So even as a nurse, let's say you buy a house today for $800,000. By 5 years, the equity you have is going to be 5 times probably more than the money that you saved on your job.
Now, there are many Ghanaians watching us in Ghana.
Yes, please.
Maybe interested in also owning a house in US here. Can it be possible?
Yes, it is very possible. Very, very, very possible. Because you see, because of globalization. That's why, again, for those of us who want to do things in Ghana, I encourage you, because the world is becoming smaller and smaller every day. I'm just so focused here because I went through a hard life to reach where I am. So I just like to stay focused and do what I can do. I'm not doing anything in Ghana, but what I'm doing here is I'm helping Ghanaians here. And if I empower Ghanaians here, it trickles back down home. Because if we Ghanaians were powerful here, let me tell you something. The reason to why the politicians are taking us for a joke in Ghana, because Ghanaians abroad are not stepping up their game. If we step up our game, we can call the shots down there. You see the Cuban Americans in Florida? They have power because they're united, they own businesses, they have strength, they have financial strength, so they can call some level of shots, even in American elections. We don't have that power. When you look in this New Jersey here, all the motels are owned by the Patels. They are owned by Indians.
Because I've seen many of
yes, I have another Indian friends. All the motels are owned, not all, but majority
most of it.
Of the small motels. Intelligent na me ne wo na braje ne bra kwame yen na yen timi mbom. Ne ankope a 3-family house. Ne renovate. Ne apartments cry yen chichem ne yen rooms. Yen pay architects. Ne so yen find yen motel. Until obi fi Ghana ba sebi obenya baby edini. Yes. So it's very important. It's very important that we start thinking like that, because real estate is a way for us to build wealth. And the reason why we are not powerful back home is we Ghanaians abroad, US, Australia, England, Canada, if we were strong, we will be able to have say of what goes on back home. But we're not strong here like that. So the few giants and crocodiles are running the show.
Yes. Okay, Mr. John Kwesi Kwanzaa. The
Yes.
Kasi di adwene de chia ye behwe asu frau. And then
That's a deep one.
Yes, and then you be no I have more interviews.
Yes.
So
yes.
what I was saying is, what is your final word for Ghanaians out there? And this is not going to be a first time interview. We are going to have a very comprehensive one to help Ghanaians here get their own house.
Okay, I know this is reaching Ghanaians all over. So you asked me a question that I didn't even answer. So let me answer it.
Right.
For those who are back home that are looking to buy in here, if you're back home and you are a citizen of America or you are a resident permit of America, you only just have to do that same 3.5% and also proof that you're making enough to pay for it. But if you don't have that, the rich folks back home, they could purchase a house here, but they have to purchase it all cash.
Oh, okay.
So the money has to be very transparent or wired through the bank, from which source to what source. It all has to be transparent. And the beautiful thing is, right now, the average home in the Bronx is about hitting $1 million. And when you do investment of $1 million from overseas here, I think in many cases, it can make you eligible for receiving a permanent residency. So you could use one stone to kill two birds. Buy a property here and you get your permanent residency.
Wow.
Well.
So it means Ghanaians out there fighting for visa,
and
denying here and there.
Yes. If they have $1 million.
You can own a property in America here.
And it's automatic, right.
And there you go.
We can work that, right.
Wow.
Because I'll give you to an accountant who will set up an account here where the money will be wired in there. And then through that, automatically, you get that visa. You wouldn't even wait. I think you get a visa to come, you close, and you can this thing. And of course, you could run that by an immigration lawyer. Now, the other thing too, I'll say, not everyone, because as we move up, the Lord teaches us as a wise man to not only look out for people that are doing well. Not look out for people that are up there or going up there. You look out for everyone. And, even deep in the Bible, it says the orphans are the apple of his eyes. Ejankano. Yes. So, for those of you who would not be able to make it here, or those of you who are not even interested in making it here, and I respect that group even more, is Missy Jansanum Nasi Wudai Nadachoma. Every bottle of beer you buy in Ghana can buy 1 block. Inti mo amuye juma wo ministry sa mo aka tue enye ye and all that no krampo no mo twa chile no so kakra. Inti wo dey top block every month we dey top block 100 krampo and 50 be fesi ho. And back home we have that advantage because me it's now Ghana and ebusho be ma me asase easily. Na me CBB was so. Inti I want everybody think real estate. Because me nananomo na no. Even though they were educated, they were intellectual, they made their wealth through real estate. All the houses that I grew up in Adabraka were owned by my great-grandfathers from father's side, mother's side, the Kwanzaa side, the Solomon Saki side. They were all these things. So I'm just saying, what's in Ghana? I watch a lot of things in Ghana. Obi cry, they're living in a wooden structure. Well, but me wa yakes say. Inti obia bomodin fiase wo baby menka say ochna but at least my wife didn't end up say I'm planning to do this at such and such time. You see, some of you don't need a car. I see some people buy a car and I'm like, you live in the Bronx, the places that you go to, you can walk or you can take the bus or the train. The insurance on owning a car, you know,
too much.
It's expensive. And maintenance is expensive. You see, so if you're not to that level,
Yeah.
What's the rush? Who are you trying to impress?
Good.
Another thing, a lot of Ghanaians I meet here in the Bronx, I'm gonna catch them and say, Mr. Kwanzaa, me share on time anka investment na me here in Ghana, no anka me train. Until what would dream who say, who call investment in Ghana? And so when you be beer wahano, a pouch, frame in the home come because if you any fear, I understand.
Yeah.
But try to start from here.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kwanzaa,
yes.
Where phone number to you na emergency so na media to.
Okay, sure. For those of you here in America, you can easily reach me at 347-610-0194. 347-610-0194. You can find me too on Facebook, John Kwanzaa, in bracket John Q, because that's my music name. Yeah. And the last thing I want to tell Ghanaians before I leave, because I'm not all about money, I'm not all about this thing, but I'm human too, and I love where I come from. I'm very well welcomed when I go to Ghana. And see, this is what I want to say. I see the climate in Ghana just like America. Elections time is coming. People are heated. Tempers have risen. People are angry. But I want to tell you something. Don't hurt nobody or kill nobody for no politician. Because at the end of the day, that politician is taking care of himself and his family. You're not that important. Yemfa inkebom na intiashe ni odo intina. Odo ninkebom kebom kebom odo ninkebom odo ninkebom yehia odo ninkebom kebom kebom me say yehia odo na inkebom odo me na me nso me ndowo sana sese ewiasiti if you say yehina ye ebusuafo anya misu mo ke kome femo isakosmo me koni me huma smobo anya misu mo ke kome femo isakosmo me koni me huma smobo na kanji boni esani wo hishi eje wo fe anya mi meji wo.
Wow.
So yanko to abano wa fun oshikiye e ma yenko waka no. Let us all live in peace. Ghana doesn't belong to any particular tribe or any particular political party. Yes. Ghana belongs to all Ghanaians. Me ba America, no. Na me country, me can't cry say. But me bet na Bronx, no. I saw the beauty of being a Ghanaian. So be proud in all situations you are. I love you.
Thank you. I was young for minim said when yaji young comedy home. Na at the end of this interview. Meaning say once so America ha obe contacted Mr. John Kwanzaa or you Ghana need this year na you the number na to screen so na once so what own your own house. And I think say even after my prestigious award in United States of America here, and I've gotten this great opportunity from Mr. Kwanzaa, and I am also going to own a house as well.
Amen.
So just tap into it and let's own a house. Yes. This is the greatest investment that every Ghanaian can make in your lifetime.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes. Contact via for Ken TV for more enquiries. We are here to help you and make a better life. Thank you.
Thank you too. God bless you all.
God bless you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yes.
Okay, guys. This is a brand new renovated 2-bedroom apartment. As you come in here, this is the living room, beautiful living room. Here is the closet, linen closet, really nice. This is the linen closet. Here is the bathroom. As we can see, beautiful stand-up shower, bathroom, high ceiling, as you guys can see. Then comes here, we have 1 bedroom here. And not to mention, guys, this apartment has heat and cooling. This is nice light in the closet. Nice deep closet. Here's a little island that you can put 2 stools there. Beautiful kitchen. Beautiful kitchen. Newly renovated. Everything in here, it's brand new. Really, really nice. Love it, love it, love it. Here is the other bedroom facing the backyard. You have 2 closets, his and hers. This apartment is going for $2,500, including the electric. Here is a nice deep closet again. As again I said, everything is included as of now. Beautiful, beautiful apartment.
3-bedroom apartment in a walk-in basement. Brand new renovated 3-bedroom apartment in a walk-in basement. As you come in, the living room greets you. Nice sizable living room, right, with high ceilings. You have a brand new renovated kitchen. Enough space to fit a dining table here, right? And then we have 1 bedroom here, 1 nice sizable bedroom here, which is adjacent to the living room. We have a nice full bathroom, brand new renovated nice full bathroom. Brand new renovated nice full bathroom. And then this leads to the main bedroom. It's a nice big bedroom. Has 2 windows, a nice size closet, and then we had, this is an empty space that could be used for anything. Then we head into another bedroom, the 3rd bedroom, decent sized bedroom with a closet.